Despite popular belief, humans have actually achieved quite a considerable amount, such as the wheel, the discovery of gravity, even the internet. They're all great achievements, but there is just one thing that's on a completely different level from these discoveries, and that is artificial intelligence. Now, when I say artificial intelligence, you may be thinking of a whole lot of things. There's many types of AI in the world, but there is one specific one that I'd like to talk about today. He's an anomaly of sorts. He's a mystery, an enigma. He scares me. His name's Ben. So, Ben is meant to be a retired school teacher. That's the lore behind him, but it goes deeper than that. He just appeared, he landed on the App Store just out of nowhere. No one knows how he got there. No one knows who made him. He's a mystery. But I've discovered some very disturbing things about this creature. Stuff that'll make you shiver. Stuff that'll give you nightmares for weeks on end. So the Talking Ben app is not particularly questionable once you see it at first glance. It just looks like quite a child-friendly, dumb little game. Not much more to it. There is some theories that I've gathered over my journey of discovering this terrifying monster. Now, the reason that he's such a mystery is because he gives vague replies that offer no indication to his creator, his origins, where he actually came from, what's his birthplace. Maybe he's extraterrestrial. Maybe he came from a different planet. No one knows because he just likes to keep his mouth shut about such things. What's particularly disturbing is that he somehow has the ability to predict things like the future or answer life's toughest questions, such as what the meaning of life actually is. He knows the answers to these things. If the fucking Riddler came up to him and offered him a riddle, Ben would be able to answer that in a mere millisecond. He is just on a completely different level. His mind is built differently to how a typical human brain is built, meaning he has a ton of power over the fate of the human race, the outcome of several different large-scale events. There's theories that he's behind some of the world's biggest tragedies. Some people say that it wasn't actually Hitler that led the Nazis, but Talking Ben himself. Now, it may sound disturbing and actually quite insane, quite just out of the question, but these theories have surfaced across the internet. Word on the street has had it that he was actually the one that... It's said that he's communicated with God himself, that he has the ability to talk to the beings of higher power, and some think that it's because he is Jesus in the flesh. He is Jesus resurrected, but trapped inside an app with no way out. Some really creepy stuff I've found, guys, honestly. But the Ben iceberg goes deeper than that. People like myself theorize and believe that he is actually being held hostage because everyone always sees him in that same dull room with its
green
walls. It's quite an organized room, maybe too organized, as if there's someone behind that camera just pointing a gun at him, threatening him and his family. Another reason why this theory may be the one that's the most reliable out there is that there's further evidence that points to him being held hostage. You may have noticed Ben rarely ever leaves his seat, his armchair. He only really leaves it to go to the bathroom. Now, what is that suggesting? Because if they're gonna try keep up this act, you know, that he's just living a perfectly normal life, you don't want like buckets of shit and piss like in his living room. So they have to let him leave to go to the bathroom at the very least. But clearly those are really the only two places that he visits. Clearly that shows that the people holding him hostage don't allow him to stray very far from the living room. And then the final point I have to make, and I think this is the big one, this is the one that's really going to be a shocker for you guys. This is the one that's going to make you audibly gasp. If you look really closely, no, look closer than that. Yeah, you see that? You see that right now? Now, you know what's sus about that? Suspicious. It's an Among Us telephone, and it looks like Among Us Orange, Among Us Imposter. Think about that. Think about the severity of my statement. He has Among Us! Among Us! That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.